Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm talking about Gaston Leroux's The Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom of the Opera was first published in French, of course, in 1909, and the translation that I have was published in English in 1911. The story is delightfully gothic and creepy, and I really enjoyed it. Before we dive in to all the things that I loved about The Phantom of the Opera, I'm going to reach back here to our Booktuber Shoutout book, and we're going to shout out somebody randomly. Today's shout out goes to Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading. I will leave a link to her channel in the description. Be sure to go over and subscribe to her. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy gothic classic literature. And follow me over on Instagram and Goodreads and all the places. So in case you're not familiar with the basic story of The Phantom of the Opera, it is about a young singer named Christine, and she is fascinated by the voice of the Angel of Music. The Angel of Music trains her to be a great singer in the opera, and when Christine is reunited with her childhood friend Raoul, they discovered that this Angel of Music is actually the dreaded phantom who has been terrorizing the opera house for years. Raoul wants to protect Christine from the phantom, but she feels so much pity intermingled with her fear for the phantom that she just can't bring herself to betray him. This book is just so deliciously gothic. I love the wild melodrama and the emotional characters. The plot is full of mystery and dramatic scenes. There's this nasty rat catcher that has a swarm of rats that follow him around through in between the walls of the opera house. And there's a mystic shade that has a fiery death head that seems to float above the ground in flames. And there are various corpses and blood and skeletons in the underground tunnels. I mean, you have to have at least one skeleton or corpse in a gothic novel. It's a requirement of the genre. And of course, the Phantom himself is very creepy and scary and weird. He seems to be everywhere in the opera house, spying on everyone. He hears everything, and he appears seemingly by magic in locked rooms. I found all the machinations of the Phantom to be really fascinating, especially towards the end, as we learn how he pulled off all of his illusions and tricks. At first, you think, he just seems like a regular villain, but as you read more of his dialogue, it becomes evident that he is absolutely unhinged. He is utterly insane. This dude has completely lost his reason. And there's no doubt he's a genius, but he's a mad genius. There were definitely some scenes with the Phantom where I was reading the page and going oh, what is that? What is that? Oh. But in a really deliciously scary, creepy way. And I am a complete scaredy cat, so I don't like stuff that's too scary. But this was just creepy in a really fun way. I was surprised that most of the story is told from Raoul's perspective. I guess I was expecting to see more of the story from Christine's perspective, but we really see everything through the eyes of Raoul. Our intrepid hero is the one driving the action of the plot. I just adore Raoul. I especially love the descriptions of Raoul and Christine when they were friends, when they were children. It is just so super sweet and cute, and I just adore them together. Raoul is really brave and determined, but sometimes he can be really foolish and impetuous, but he has a good heart. He's kind of dumb sometimes, but he has a good heart. He is all light and goodness, whereas the Phantom is just pure evil and darkness. Now, Christine is a really complex character. She's sort of brainwashed at the beginning, but even after she knows that the Angel of Music is really the murderous Phantom, she just has such a strong pity for him, such a deep compassion, that she can't quite give up on him. And knowing that he is completely obsessed with her, she doesn't want to hurt him. And in every other scene, she changes her mind. She is terrified of the Phantom, but she's really attracted to his beautiful music. She hates him, but she wants to show him kindness. And I think this inconsistency, she keeps waffling back and forth. I think this shows how she is warring within herself with different sides of her own personality. She has to choose between the men in her life, and that is like choosing between different sides of her own heart. I mean, there were definitely times when I was like, Christine, just kick that nasty phantom to the curb and run off with your beautiful Raoul. But I could also understand how there's just this war going on inside her mind and inside her heart. So I really enjoyed that exploration of her character because she is struggling internally. The writing style and the story structure are very odd. It's sort of roundabout and backwards story structure because it starts out by telling us about this police investigation into the people who were murdered by the Phantom. So we already know that certain people are going to get murdered at some point in the plot. Then we finally launch into our main story, which is mainly told from Raoul's perspective. And then the last part of the story is told from this perspective of a character who's simply called the Persian. And he knows the Phantom's tragic backstory, and he helps Raoul to navigate the underground tunnels as they're searching for the Phantom's secret lair. So we hear all the final drama from the perspective of the Persian. And his testimony abruptly ends right as he's telling about how they were about to die. And then we hear the final ending from like some different newspaper articles and police reports and eyewitness testimony and some conjecture about what probably might have happened. The storytelling structure is just all over the place. It is so chaotic and weird. But I mean, it's fine, it works. The pacing is decent, but not great. But the writing definitely captures your attention with all the mystery and the creepiness and all the weird things going on. So even though the structure is just ridiculous, it still works. The story is still coherent. Overall, I really enjoyed this book, and the corpses and the scary scenes weren't too scary for me. If you want to see details about the violence and the scary scenes, this book has been screened on the Screen It First website, so you can see exactly the details of like how the violence is described, or just how scary are the scary scenes, and just how creepy is the creepiness. So you can check it out on that website. Please leave me a comment and let me know, do you like Phantom of the Opera? Do you prefer the book, or do you like the movie, or have you seen it on the stage? I would love to hear your opinions about this classic. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.